Jeffrey has been single his whole life. He has never had a girlfriend. So whenever Jeffrey comes across a girl he actually likes, he gets desperate. He obsesses over her to the point where he gets in his own head and ruins things with this girl. Jeffrey feels like he'll be single forever. Adonis. Adonis has never had a girlfriend either, but for different reasons. He's been so focused on his work and his fitness that he doesn't have time to commit to any girl that doesn't meet his standards. He's content knowing that the right girl will come along one day, and he doesn't mind being single. So if you're a young man who is single and you want a girlfriend, you think you want a relationship, I'm going to go with you step by step how you can understand why you want a girlfriend so bad, and maybe how you can get a girlfriend. So, first thing I want you to make clear is that if you want a girlfriend, if you want to be in a relationship romantically with another woman, you need to love yourself first. And what do I mean by this? I mean, you must love yourself fully. You must be so confident in yourself, in your desires, in your goals. You must know yourself, love yourself to the fullest before you go on and try to find a relationship. Because what happens is a lot of times men, or just people in general, will go into a relationship with this mindset that their problems will be fixed when they get in a relationship. So especially as a young man, you're a guy who's, in your teens, maybe early 20s, you're still finding yourself, you still have issues, you're still inconsistent, right? And you're still not where you want to be. You think finding a girl and loving a girl will make you full or make you happy. And that's just not the case. If you do go with those expectations into a relationship, it's just going to bring turmoil, it's going to bring unrealistic expectations, and you're not going to be happy. My dad always says you must become full before you become a successful half. And what does that mean? You must be your best and truest self before you can be a successful half in a relationship. Because in a relationship, there is half and half, the man, the woman. In order for the relationship to be successful, you need both halves to be completely full. And then the relationship, the whole circle, can be good. So first love yourself and truly know yourself and love yourself before you go out looking for a woman. Another thing you want to realize is that if you're a young man who really craves a relationship, and let's say you've never had a relationship and you've built these fantasies inside your head that are unrealistic, first of all, but also they fill a void in you. And it could be a lot of things. And you want to point out what this void is, because a lot of times you're not even wanting a relationship with a girl. You want the fantasy or the image that you put inside your head. Especially, this is for people who have never been in a relationship. If you've never been in a relationship, why do you want to be in one so bad? Truly ask yourself that and find out why. And for me, when I was younger, this happened, and I realized that I took a long look at myself and realized that I don't even want a relationship. I want some of the things that I think a relationship would bring, but I didn't necessarily want a relationship because I hadn't been in a relationship at that time. And what I truly wanted was, I wanted someone who I could just talk to about things, because I had a hard time expressing my feelings, and I truly felt like getting a girl that would be okay, and that would be a way to express myself. Another thing was I wanted kind of like a special relationship with someone. You have parents, you have family, and I realized I lost a special relationship with my brothers when I was young, and so I was yearning so bad for another special relationship like that, when in all reality I just need to reconnect with my brothers. I also wanted to, because I was socially awkward, still am a little, but I've gotten much better. I was socially awkward and I didn't go out much. I was thinking getting a girl would help me get out more, do things more with my girl. I thought that would help that. And once I realized that these are the things I truly want, I don't even want a relationship. I just thought a relationship would bring these things. It became so easy. It became clear as day. Okay, Fix your relationship with your brothers. Get out more. Find a way to express yourself without, you don't need a girl to cry on their shoulder, right? I found that the gym helped with expressing myself a lot, letting go of things, self-reflection, meditation, talking to you guys. All these things helped me with that. And so I didn't even need a relationship to get these things. I just needed to realize, okay, I quote unquote want a relationship. What do I think the relationship is going to be like? These are the things that I really crave in the relationship. Get those things separately. And I would strongly suggest you try doing that. Truly ask yourself, what is it in this fantasy that you built up? What is it in this fantasy that you want? In this relationship fantasy that you built up in your head, and try to figure out what it is and try to achieve those goals separately. And on the topic of building a fantasy in your head for a relationship, again, this is for especially guys who have never been in a relationship, but this can also be for people who have been and maybe they weren't the best relationship, and so they build this up in their head that this new relationship will be this much better. What you must realize is that if you truly crave a relationship, but you built up a fantasy in your head that the relationship's going to be like this and this and this, it's not going to work out. Why? Because what you built up is a fantasy, and there's expectation versus reality. So you built up this fantasy, and what is a fantasy? A fantasy is not real, and a fantasy is something that is almost perfect. It's going to be really good in your head, right? You wouldn't fantasize it otherwise. In your head, it's going to be almost perfect. So when you fantasize about this almost perfect relationship, and then when you actually find a good woman, she can be a great woman, and the relationship could be really good, but it's not going to be perfect, and it's not going to be the thing that you fantasized about in your head. So when the expectations and the reality do not match up, even if it's a good girl, even if it's in a good relationship, even if it's a good situation you have, because it doesn't match up with what you've been desiring and fantasizing about for so long, it's not going to sit well with you. And some guys have the maturity to where they'll look at that and think, okay, not happy about is that the relationship I have is not what I built up in this fantasy, but I still have a good thing. Not many guys can do that. Be mature. So a lot of times what will happen is the guy will build up this fantasy, he gets in a relationship, and it doesn't meet the expectations he had or the relationship that he had in his mind. So it doesn't work out. And that's all because of him, because he built up this stupid fantasy that the girl or any human being could live up to. So what I want you to take from this video, I hope this video has helped you out better understanding yourself and what you truly desire. And what I want you to take away from this is that, one, it's okay to be single. I know in this day and age, I don't know, especially if you're a young man, young woman even, if you're not in a relationship, it's almost like, oh, well, why aren't you? And a lot of times, it's okay to be in a relationship. To be single, It's okay to not have anyone. If you're holding out for the right girl, or guy if you're a girl, and you just are not, or maybe you're not looking for one right now, maybe you're too busy with this and that, it's okay to be single. And you need to get this inside your head, that being single is completely fine. If you do want someone eventually, you'll find the person when the right time happens, right? I truly believe that there is a right time and a right place for you to be in a relationship, and maybe it's just not that time. So look at it this way. Be patient and be okay with being single. You also don't want to rush it. So let's say you're okay with being single, but now you feel like you're ready. You've loved yourself, you got your business running, you got all this running, and you still can't find the girl of your dreams. Maybe you're in that scenario. I doubt it, but maybe one of you are. And what I would say to you is that just be patient. I truly believe that God has someone for you. If you're called to be in a relationship, if you're called to love a woman and build a family with them, I truly believe that God has someone for you. And maybe, just maybe, he's not revealing her to you because you're not ready, or it's just not the right time. and you need to be patient and you need to be okay with that, is that God has someone for you. And I know this is an unpopular opinion in the red pill / manosphere, is that I truly believe, I'm more blue pilled on this, where I truly believe there is someone for everyone. So don't get it twisted. You have someone. God has someone for you in mind. And that girl, the girl of your dreams, the girl, your soulmate, she will come when you are ready, or when the time is right. And you have to be patient to know that if you're not finding her now, then it's just not the right time. Or again, maybe you're just not ready. So you need to understand that and just be patient. Be okay with being single and trust God. Be patient. Lastly, I would close with this. I get it that it's hard as a guy, right? Not only is it hard to attract the opposite sex, especially nowadays. So maybe you feel like rushing into a relationship because this girl is the only girl that's ever shown you actual attention. This is the only girl that's ever fucked with you. The only girl that's ever actually liked you, liked your personality, thought you were attractive. And so you feel like, oh, well, this girl's good enough and she's the only girl that's ever liked me. So I'll settle for that. Don't settle. Don't settle. And again, I know it can be hard. Trust me. I've done it before too. When you settle and you compromise your principles, you've already lost. Never put passion in front of principle. Because no matter what the outcome, you'll always lose. It's been your boy Hercules. I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.